This one says, my dad is a cheater and a size queen.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Hi, Dylan, tier 1 girly and lesbian listener from Portland here. Oh my God, we're in Portland right now. How crazy is that? And since this email is about my dad, I'm not going to fathom guess at dick size. And he, sorry, Randall. At all the shows, all the podcasts, I make them send pictures of the guys that they're talking about, and I make them send how big the person's dick is. But of course, this is your dad, so we would never ask you to tell us how big your dad's cock is.
We wouldn't ask you.
Yeah, we would. Well, sometimes the girls send me pictures of their boyfriend's dicks, and I have to remind them that even though they're girls, they still need to ask for consent before they send their straight boyfriend's dick to their gay podcast. Although I do think it's hot, but I don't, and I'll look at them, but I think it's wrong. But maybe that's why I think it's hot. Okay. I'm not gonna fathom a guess at dick size, and he has deleted all photos of himself off of Facebook, so I've attached a pic of me and my cute partner. Okay, well, that will make do. So my parents have been together for 30 years, and they are clearly unhappy together. I'm secretly hoping they get a divorce because my mom functionally takes care of my dad like a kid instead of a grown man, and it's hard to watch. Your mom might like that. Your mom might be codependent, though, in the way that, like, that is what makes her feel like she is a good person, and that's what love looks like to her. So even if they're unhappy, sometimes you have to stay out of your parents' relationship because it is none of your business. But I totally get the sentiment of being like, just get divorced. In 2022, my dad sent a text to my family group chat that was clearly not meant for us.
Okay.
If you're going to cheat, just look at who you're sending the photo to. I mean, I sometimes have to just send photos of me at shows to people, and I'm like checking 9 times, like, is there a picture of my cock in this? And it's just like, because you never know where the cock pics are. You know what I mean? They could be anywhere. I'm constantly taking new cock pics.
It's the same thing when you're talking shit. Just have to check the recipient all the time. Going, am I sending this to the person I'm talking about?
I don't talk shit over text message. You'll never catch me talking shit over text message. If you want to talk shit, you can call me. Okay. I had sent a picture in the group chat of me and my friend at the Grand Canyon. My mom, sister, and dad all said variations of "that looks cool" and asked normal questions about how hot it was there when we were staying. 10 minutes after we stopped talking about it in the group chat, my dad sent, "So what are you wearing?" Horrified, I didn't respond and took him another 10 minutes to realize the mistake he made and sent "doing." I meant doing. Wearing and doing do not have the same letters near each other on the keyboard, nor would wearing autocorrect that way. My sister and I immediately started messaging about it outside of the group chat, and we were like, oh shit, he's cheating on mom, and he's bad at it. Shortly after the incident, I found my visited my family and noticed that my father is always on his phone, and he barely texts in the family group chat, so it's like, dude, who are you talking to all the time? Sure. He was, it's insane. That's very telling. He was texting at lunch, and I was sitting next to him, so I did a very dramatic lean in. Okay, you're too obsessed with your family's dynamics.
Yeah.
This is like really none of your business. Just let your dad cheat on your mom and let it blow up. And I'm sure your mom probably has an idea. It will. By the way, this kind of stuff always comes in. So like you are putting yourself into anxiety. Like you guys might all be in a codependent family, but it's also hard, and I totally get it. But I would never go through my dad's phone. That would make me sick to my stomach. Mm-hmm. One time I found my dad's Viagra, and when I was 14, I actually started crying. I was like, oh my God, my dad's using Viagra to fuck my stepmom. And I was like, my life sucks. He was texting at lunch about dramatic. He snatched his phone back away from sight so quickly. Fast forward some months later, he needs another text. He sends another text to the family group chat out of the blue and said, no, baby. And so what if they do? Barf. I said, who was that for? And he said, Scott, his friend. And I was like, oh, you're calling Scott baby now? And he said, yes. Another 6 goes by without an incident, and I'm visiting my parents and my sister again in my hometown. The first day I'm there, my mom mentions that my dad is in credit card debt. I ask how much, and she says $11,000.
That's not that much.
I know. I was about to say I know girls who are in like literally $40,000 worth of debt from shopping. $11,000, that's not that bad. At this point, I looked up at her and go, Mom, he's cheating on you. Okay, you love drama. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. This is what just happened. Your mom goes, your father's in $11,000 worth of debt. And you said, and he's fucking someone else. I mean, what is wrong with you?
Do you need to make her life worse?
Well, yeah, that is. Well, also maybe she wants to. I'm sure she knows. Let's see. And she said, I know. I confronted him, but he won't admit it. Well, one, I was relieved my mom had figured it out on her own because my sister and I have been stressed on how to tell her. 2, I devolved onto some child version of myself that needed to solve all the problems in my family. Oldest daughter. There we go. I knew there was something going on. Yeah. And when everyone left for work the next day, I snooped. Okay. Snooping never feels good, but honestly, you're already this far in, so you fucking do it. Blow up your parents' marriage. By the way, my parents sleep in separate rooms and have all my life, so I go into my dad's room and start looking around. I find hundreds of dollars worth of gift cards, Sephora, Steam, Walmart, you name it. He had bags in his room. I found bark statements in the living room just out in the open. He was withdrawing several $100s from the ATM every month and not paying the minimum balance for his credit card. Yikes. But worst of all, I found a foot-long dildo in his dresser. Okay, well,
get it, Dad.
No, that's sick. Maybe I'm not like, fun. I don't think dads should have foot-long dildos. It's been 3 years and I still, that is so sad that like we think people are normal and then like someone is just like, you're like, yeah, that's Dan and Vanessa. They've been married for 40 years. Yeah, they sleep in separate rooms. Then no, Dan has a 4-foot-inch dildo. I mean, that's crazy. I said that wrong.
I know.
It's been 3 years and I still can't get the image out of it, minus the dildo. I just found sex toys that would haunt me. And she just kind of sat there and absorbed the info. She was legit apartment shopping the next day. Oh, your mom? Okay. The last day of my trip, I confronted my dad. My therapist told me I shouldn't talk to him about the cheating because that was my mom's issue to deal with. So I told him he was missing out on knowing me. I asked him if he could name any of my friends, if he could tell me places I worked. He couldn't. I told him I only get to see him once a year when I visit, so it's sad that he doesn't try to get to know me or ask me about my life and spends all his time on his phone while I'm here. He cried and he said he should be throwing his phone away and hugged me. I feel bad for him and things are marginally improved for a bit after the talk, but he still doesn't reach out to me and we don't have much of a relationship. My mom and him stayed together. She said that he was on his phone less, and so after I left, so things got better. Ultimately, I think he was paying online sex workers with gift cards, so maybe in his mind he wasn't cheating. All in all, men are trash. So glad I'm gay, and here's a pic of me and my partner at a gay wedding. I'm on the left, so I just know okay. Let's see the picture. It's loading. Oh, absolutely. We do have our gorgeous lesbians here. Short haircuts for the win. Oh, you guys have cool tattoos too. And an eyebrow piercing. I want an eyebrow piercing when I was younger. Oh, you have a slice of pizza, I think, on your. Is that pepperoni pizza you have on your arm? That's cool. Okay. Yeah, you are a little lesbian who loves drama, and you went through. But I also get it. Sometimes we don't have a lot going on in our lives. We think like, I'll just snoop through my parents' life. I mean, I don't know if I would really do that. I think it's interesting. I was talking about this with my friend Kat, who you guys might know if you listen to the Patreon. She was on that episode. But, about expectations our parents have of us and the expectations we have of our parents. At the end of the day, I feel very lucky that like my parents, I love them. They're incredible. They made a lot of mistakes and weren't always there when we were growing up, but they didn't have any expectations of like, there was no like, you have to go to college or your grades need to be good, or I didn't have this pressure of like, I could do whatever I wanted, which is truly a gift in some ways. And I've had to come to terms with the fact that like, okay, I look back being like, well, I wish my parents were like this or acted like this, and also your parents' relationship is really none of your business, and you should just stop trying to get involved whatsoever. Listen, I don't even think it's cheating if your dad was paying online sex workers. I mean, listen, they're in separate bedrooms. They're not fucking. I think maybe, I don't know. There's really no advice to give other than the fact that like, yeah, your dad likes to put fucking foot-long dildos up his ass and his own separate room, and that's his fucking goddamn right, okay?
Yeah.
And also, like, coming to realize, like, maybe our dads and family members are, like, gayer than you think they are. Sorry, I just don't think that many straight guys have a foot-long dildo they shove in their ass. I think maybe your dad's bi and he couldn't go, you know what I mean? And that now he's married and he has kids and he was never able to explore it. Those are the scariest type of guys.
He's probably got a cuck fantasy.
A cuck fantasy?
I think he's paying sex workers to watch him fuck himself.
Oh. Your dad is a freak, okay? And he needs to be put away. Tell your mom that, okay? I'm glad your therapist told you, though, not to bring up the cheating. But you kind of, like, got yourself all riled up about the cheating, where clearly the whole issue was always about, like, I don't feel connected to my dad, and you used all the stuff in your parents' relationship to kind of load the gun for you to tell him how you actually felt. Like that last part kind of came out of nowhere, where all of a sudden you were like, my dad's cheating on my mom and all this stuff. And at the end I was kind of like, you don't even know who I am. And it's like, whoa, how did it become about you?
Right.
So I don't know. I think maybe if you want my advice, which is like, stop expecting so much from your parents. I don't know. I don't expect anything from my parents just because they have, let me down. No, they're great, and I would hate for them to hear that. But we all have our own things.
Mm-hmm.
God, hey guys, don't send shit in about your dad unless they're sucking cock. Okay, that's the new rule.